He was quiet, invisible, the kind of neighbor no one noticed. But behind one apartment door in Milwaukee, a dark story was slowly unfolding. For years, people lived just a few steps away from something they never imagined. No screams, no chaos, just silence. And sometimes, silence is the most frightening sound of all. Jeffrey Dahmer was born in 1960 in the United States. As a child, he was described as shy and withdrawn. He struggled to connect with others. Teachers noticed he was distant. Classmates barely knew him. Even within his own family, Dahmer felt isolated. Loneliness followed him everywhere. As he grew older, that isolation became deeper. He avoided friendships. He avoided attention. To the outside world, he appeared harmless, quiet, awkward, and forgettable. And that is exactly why no one suspected him. During the late 1980s and early 1990s, strange events began happening in Milwaukee. People went missing. Families searched. Posters were hung, but connections between the cases were unclear. There was no obvious suspect, no dramatic chase, no visible danger. Dahmer lived in a small apartment building. Neighbors later said he kept to himself. He rarely spoke. Sometimes there were strange smells, sometimes unusual sounds, but no one imagined the truth. Because danger does not always announce itself. What made this case so disturbing was not just the crimes themselves, but how long they remained hidden. How someone could live among others, completely unnoticed. How warning signs were missed. How silence allowed tragedy to continue. In 1991, everything changed. A victim managed to escape and alert authorities. This moment led police to investigate Dahmer's apartment, where they uncovered evidence that revealed the horrifying truth behind the quiet man. The case shocked the entire world, not because Jeffrey Dahmer looked like a monster, but because he didn't. He looked ordinary. He acted invisible. He blended in. The trial that followed became one of the most widely discussed criminal cases in history. Psychologists, investigators, and researchers studied Dahmer's behavior to understand how such cases develop, not to glorify him, but to prevent similar tragedies in the future. In 1994, Dahmer's life ended in prison, but the questions his case raised did not end. How many warning signs go unnoticed every day? How often do we ignore isolation, strange behavior, or silent suffering? How many people struggle quietly without support? Today, Dahmer's case is taught in criminal psychology, law enforcement training, and behavioral studies around the world, not as entertainment, but as a lesson. A lesson about awareness, a lesson about responsibility, a lesson about recognizing warning signs before it's too late. Because real safety does not come from fear, it comes from understanding. And if this story made you think, if it pulled you into the psychology, the mystery, and the reality behind the headlines, then take a moment to subscribe to this channel. Here, we don't just tell stories. We explore real cases, real lessons, and real truths with respect, awareness, and purpose. More powerful documentary stories are coming soon, and the next one might change the way you see the world.